Good, happy Wednesday morning and happy Inauguration Day, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to rise and shine and get this Wednesday off to a good start. It's Wednesday, January 20, 2021. Happy Inauguration Day, everyone, and welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to sit back, relax, grab that cup of coffee, and enjoy this edition of The Morning Show with Riley King, where we have a little bit of everything for you in this program. But first, we're going to start off with your COVID-19 dashboard from Johns Hopkins University in Medicine. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. As you can see, your global cases are 96,269,168. Your U.S. cases are 24,254,283. Your global deaths are 20,002,059,772. Your U.S. deaths are 401,777. And that is a look at your Johns Hopkins University COVID-19 dashboard. Now, let's get to your other news. President and the First Lady will depart the White House at 8 o'clock a.m. for Palm Beach, Florida. Also, once President Donald Trump and the First Lady get to the airport, there is a media assemble very early here at the Joint Base Andrews for a farewell ceremony, as President Trump will speak and then leave here as president for the final time. He is heading to his Florida home. Take a look at the photos here. As you can see, he will speak one final message and then jump on the plane to Florida. Now, let's talk about the rundown for Inauguration Day for today. At 8:45 a.m., President-elect Dr. Biden and the Vice President-elect and Mr. Emhoff attend church service at the cathedral at St. Matthew the Apostles, Cathedral of St. Matthew's of Apostles. And then at 10:30 a.m., President-elect Dr. Biden, the Vice President-elect, and Mr. Emhoff arrive at the United States Capitol. And then at 11:15 a.m., President-elect Dr. Biden, the Vice President-elect, and Mr. Emhoff participate in swearing-in ceremony. And then at 12 o'clock at noontime, President-elect and the Vice President-elect are sworn in as the 46th President of the United States and the 49th Vice President of the United States, and the President delivers an inaugural address. And then at 1:40 p.m., the President and the Vice President review the readiness of military troops in a pass-in review. And then at 2:25 p.m., President, the First Lady, the Vice President, the Second Gentleman participate in the wreath-laying ceremony at the tomb of an unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. And then at 3:15 p.m., the President, the First Lady, the Vice President, and the Second Gentleman receive a presidential escort to the White House. Then at 5:15 p.m., the President signs executive orders and other presidential actions in the Oval Office. And then at 5:45 p.m., the President swears in day one presidential appointees in a virtual ceremony in the Oval Office. And then at 8:48 p.m., the President, the First Lady, the Vice President, the Second Gentleman attend the Celebrating America inaugural program. The President and Vice President will deliver remarks. And then at 9:55 p.m., the President, the First Lady appear on the Blue Room balcony. And then, there'll be a briefing scheduled at 7 p.m. with the press briefing by the Press Secretary, Jen Psaki. And that is a look at the schedule for Inauguration Day today. Biden to sign 715 executive actions on Inauguration Day. Sorry, 17. Biden will sign 17 executive actions on the first day as president and ask government agencies to take actions in two areas: extending evictions and foreclosures, and extending the student loan pause in a show of force by Biden as he occupies the Oval Office. The orders take aim at undoing much of President Trump's signatures and controversial actions during his 4 years as president, including revising the travel ban on several areas in predominantly Muslim countries and stopping construction of the Mexico border wall and rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement and preserving the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals DACA program. Also, incoming White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki stressed that while the Biden's actions would directly address some actions taken under the Trump, the focus of the Biden's Inauguration Day work will be looking ahead. One of Biden's orders will direct his Secretary of Homeland Security to take all legal actions to preserve the fortress of DACA, including sending Congress an 8-year pathway to citizenship for immigrants with no legal status and expanding a mission for refugees into the U.S. Biden will also re-sign the Trump administration's 1776 commission and revoke Trump's executive order that limited federal agencies from implementing diversity and inclusion training. His order will also task the Office of Management and Budget with investing in underserved communities and communities of color. And following last summer's landmark Supreme Court case that protects LGBTQ workers from discrimination, another executive order plans to build off of that to ensure the federal government interprets the Title VII and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 by this decision. The coronavirus pandemic is also a day one issue, and Biden will sign an order implementing his face mask requirement in federal buildings and on federal land as part of launching his 100 Days Mask Challenge, which asks Americans to mask up for that time period. Biden also plans to rejoin the Paris Agreement on the climate change on his first day in office and encourage federal agencies to review and appropriately address federal actions taken under the Trump administration, including revoking the Keystone Pipeline permit. Kamala Harris set to make history as the first woman of color to be vice president. Harris said she is filled with a sense of purpose and hope. Kamala Harris, the groundbreaking former senator from California, is set to make history again as the first female vice president and woman of color in the White House. Harris, 56, the daughter of immigrants, will take her oath of office at Wednesday's inauguration, making day one of the Biden-Harris administration. Florida Trump supporters plan welcoming gathering. Trump's supporters in Florida are planning to line the streets in a show of support for his final presidential motorcade Wednesday morning from Palm Beach International Airport to Mar-a-Lago. Trump is expected to land around 11 a.m. and in an email Tuesday to supporters, Club 45, a popular pro-Trump Florida group, urged locals to show up early to line the streets and give the president the largest welcome home greeting ever. The email included a photo of Trump waving from inside another motorcade. Trump pardons Bannon and other allies on his final night in office. The move came after Trump had already issued a dozen of pardons in recent months. In a waning hour of his time in office, President Donald Trump late Tuesday issued a final batch of pardons in nominations to a group that included former White House strategist Steve Bannon and two other longtime political allies, Elliot Baldwin and Paul Erickson, in a move that will further solidify Trump's legacy of using his sweeping presidential powers to benefit his inner cycle. And let's take a look at your U.S. stock market. The stock features rise ahead of Biden's inauguration and Netflix shares pop. Stock features gained on Wednesday ahead of President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. Netflix and Procter & Gamble shares jumped after their earnings report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather. Let's take a look at the weather across the United States for this Wednesday. And here's a check of the weather across the United States for this Wednesday. And as you can see, this white shade here is snow covering New Hampshire, Boston, New York, part of PA, and over here will be dry around Maine and stuff, and along this whole side here will be dry in Florida as well, with a high pressure moving through. Then as you can see, this green shade here is regular rain, and then this shade here is rain and thunderstorms, and then in the blue here, mixed precipitation with freezing rain possible here. And then up here, some mixed precipitation, and then all of this whole section here is dry, basically, with high and low pressures. And then over here, some mixed precipitation as well, and dry along here in Mexico. And that is a look at the weather across the United States for this Wednesday. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's take a look at this. A nurse to sing Amazing Grace at a COVID-19 memorial last night with Joe Biden, Dr. Jill Biden, and Kamala Harris and her husband. Let's take a look at this video.
Finally, the COVID nurse called to Washington. She is the COVID unit nurse who sings Amazing Grace between shifts. Nurse Lori Marie Key at St. Mary Mercy Hospital outside Detroit. This video last March, now seen by millions. And tonight, that nurse invited to sing at the memorial to honor the lives lost in this pandemic.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Powerful tribute. We'll see you tomorrow for the inauguration. Good night.
Okay, there you go. Very wonderful tribute there. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. In entertainment news, why Cole Sprouse is absolutely not doing a Sweet Life reboot. Let's take a listen to that video from Entertainment Tonight.
I'm asked all the time if Dylan and I are going to do a Sweet Life reboot, and I go, no, absolutely not.
If you had high hopes for a Sweet Life of Zach and Cody reboot, Cole Sprouse is here to tell you, don't hold your breath.
You know what? Fine. I'm out of here. Excuse me. Pardon me. Trying to storm out. Making a dramatic exit. Not happening.
The Riverdale star appeared on Tuesday's episode of The Drew Barrymore Show and opened up about why it's a big fat no from him when it comes to bringing back the super popular Disney show and its spin-off, The Sweet Life on Deck, which he starred in with his twin brother Dylan from 2005 to 2011.
Reboots are a tricky thing, you know? You have the original shows, when they become successful, sit within this golden little plate of nostalgia, and when you modernize it and go back to it, it has the potential to really disenfranchise the original fan base. So it's a very, very touchy thing. I'm asked all the time if Dylan and I are going to do a Sweet Life reboot, and I go, no, absolutely not.
So that's a hard no.
No.
Okay, fine. A Sweet Life reboot may not be in the works, but Cole joked with E.T. back in 2018 that he was pitching his brother to guest star on Riverdale for a very specific role.
Cole.
Yes.
Jelly bean update. Anything for me.
Yeah, Jelly
Favorite
Bean and
flavor?
Mom are coming in this season.
Really? Have you been suggesting anybody that you would like to play your little sister?
Dylan was a big one for me. Yeah, but he said no. I mean, it was a scheduling conflict. No, I mean, honestly, whoever is going to be best for the role is going to be best for the role. Our cast has been so well cast, and I have full faith.
Yeah, that clearly isn't happening either. But what about a Friends reboot?
Oh, damn it! Oh, damn it! No, don't say that! Don't say that! Damn it!
No, don't go back to repeating.
Damn it!
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap! Oh.
Cole and Dylan played the role of Ross's son Ben in the hit 90s sitcom. And when E.T. caught up with Cole in 2019, he said he's not down for that either.
I'm a purist. I think Friends sits in this perfect little bubble of golden nostalgia, and I think it's dangerous to re-enter into any of those properties and decide like, what can we do to commodify this and modernize it. So I think I think it should stay the way it was, stay beautiful and exist the way it was. It's that same way that people have really enjoyed it for so many years, and I don't know. I think it would also be incredibly vain for me to be like, yeah, dude, I need my own spin-off, man.
Well, I guess we'll just have to enjoy seeing Cole in those reruns. But during his chat with Drew, he did give fans a fun little throwback tidbit, admitting that back in the day, he had a mad crush on his co-star, Jennifer Aniston.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah, you're funny.
I'm funny? Oh, thank God.
It actually made it quite difficult to work in front of her, I must admit. I was a child, I would stammer a lot and I'd forget my lines, which I feel like I maintained my composure a bit more effectively now, but it was quite difficult when I was a kid. And I was teased a little bit by the crew because they saw it, and I would just forget and be looking at her like, but then the whole world had a crush on Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Yesterday was Dolly Parton's birthday. Dolly Parton turns 75. Here are E.T.'s favorite moments with the Queen of Country. Let's take a look at that video from Entertainment Tonight.
I've been around a long time, but hopefully I'll be around a lot longer.
We pray for sure, honey, but how are you going to celebrate this milestone birthday and commemorate it?
I talked about doing Playboy, covering Playboy again after 42 years.
Well, a spokesperson for Playboy tells ET, we'd love to shoot Dolly again. She knows that all she has to do is say the word.
I'm just a backwards Barbie in a push-up bra and heels. I'm kind of a cartoon. My look would be the same when I'm 75 or 80. I'm sure it'll still be over-exaggerated. I'm not a natural beauty. Mine's kind of all made up anyway, so I can just make it up more and more as the years go by.
We've spent a lot of years with Miss Dolly.
Ta-da! I've always said I've got some brains under this wig and a heart beneath these boobs. Welcome to Biggs and Ford's Entertainment Tonight. My dress is so tight I couldn't eat much. So after the show's over, I'll let my zipper down and eat like a pig. The best advice is just be true to yourself. Know your own talents, know your own strengths and weaknesses, and don't sell out to nobody for no reason.
The always sassy Dolly had a sweet wish for her birthday today, posting a call for kindness and unearthing love. She's been married to the love of her life, Carl Dean, for 54 years. They never had kids, but Dolly has no regrets.
I always look at it like I didn't have kids, so everybody's kids could be mine.
Was there any point over the course of your career that you ever considered adoption?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I didn't really need to because I had a house full.
Angelina and Brad, they adopted.
I'd like to adopt Brad Pitt.
Okay, and there you go. Very cool indeed. And now let's take a look at your celebrity birthdays for today. Let's see which celebrities are celebrating a birthday for this Wednesday. And happy birthday to all of these celebrities. We hope they have a wonderful birthday and a wonderful day. And that's gonna do it for this edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Thank you for joining us for this Morning Show with Riley King. Have a great rest of your day. Be sure to stay with the Riley King Network all day for complete coverage of inauguration events happening today. We will bring you live coverage at noon for when President-elect Joe Biden takes the oath of office. So stay with us throughout the day for all of the coverage. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. See you back here later on today with more coverage of Inauguration Day.